Right, here we are. It's about 11 o'clock. Just been to the gym. Here's one. Well, as I said earlier, I was going to try the 42k. Thing of it is, as I found out earlier indoors, did a bit of a stretch and all my right shoulder. From what I was doing, well, it's not painful. It's just achy. Yeah, because what I was doing on Tuesday, really, you know, I said about lifting up the 42k up to the position where you need to be to sit down and get it to your chest. Lifting up to that position a number of times. That's what did it, probably. Plus I was doing the 15k shoulder raise to the side. And yeah. So that's probably what did it. How on earth that one's knackered and the left one isn't, I don't know, because I did exactly the same with the left arm as I did with the right. But for some reason, the right arm is more knackered than the left. So it's like, okay. No worries at all, okay. It's fine. Yep. I don't know why. It just is what it is. So it's like, okay, I did some 30s. I did 4 sets with 30. And then I went into the cable crossover and did the inner chest. I did 200 reps of that with 27k on the cable crossover. But that's basically cable fly, but with hands together pushing out to the front. And that was with 27k either side, so that's cool. Give it a workout. That's the point. I had a workout. That's what matters. It wasn't quite what I wanted to do, but it's okay. It gave it a workout. Something different. Something different is exactly what you need, really. Yeah, that makes the body think, what the heck is he doing? I've got to work at this now. That's cool. That's fine. So there you go. That was that. That's what I did. I helped the lady there, actually. She was struggling with a few things. The lady who worked there, so I helped her to clean up a bit as well. Well, she was really struggling. So, hi. Cyclist. There you go. Hi. They're still doing their work here, obviously. I don't know what they're doing here, but... Oh, the lights, isn't it? Security, not security. I've not been in that place for a long time. The only time I went in there, I had to get something printed out. So, because I've not had a printer for about 4 years. So, yeah. So I did that. But that was a long time ago now. It's got to be about 2 years ago. Of course, it's been closed because of Covie, hasn't it, for that long? So, yeah. Anyway, okay. On to the subject. Well, what I was getting earlier from God, after the video I did earlier, was the point of the lack of consequences. Because I watched the video and it was Paul Ince talking to Mike Goldbridge on the United Stand about Man United's loss at West Ham. And they were pointing out the fact that, you know, it seems that the lack of consequences for players and for the manager, you know, seemed to be a big problem. That Ollie, during the game, they were losing right near the end of the game, and he was laughing and joking with the opposition manager. So, Scusi, not exactly taking your job too seriously, are you, really? You're the manager of Manchester United, you're losing in a cup, and you've not won anything in the 3 years you've been here. You would have thought you'd take this quite seriously, really. But no. So, yeah. That is what it is. Yeah, yeah. But, again, that's talking about consequences and lack of consequences and the fact that people are getting away with not doing their job and therefore they don't have to do their job. Because there's no consequences. And, of course, that's Christians as well, isn't it, really? I mean, if you had the church doing all the nice stuff, you know, doing all the grace, mercy, love, compassion, all that sort of stuff. They're not talking about the reason why we need to do things God's way, are they, really? They're not talking about the consequences of not doing that. If they're not talking about the consequences of not doing that, well, there's a lot of people who will put their ideas up if they knew the full picture. And because the church isn't talking about the full picture, only half of it. Sorry, a little cough. Then of course people aren't doing that, are they? You know, consequences are incredibly important for us. They really are. Yeah, we learn when we're young. Don't stick something metal in the, plug socket, because you could go kapop-pop. And we don't want to go kapop-pop, do we? Really? We don't want to go bang-bang. So therefore we don't do it. Yeah, we learn that because the parents told us off for that. Yeah, most parents did anyway. I didn't have parents, so no chance of that, but I didn't do it. I knew, not a good idea. Yeah. Maybe a care worker or something told me at one point. I had no idea. I was young at the time, so I can't remember. But the point of it is, we learnt about the consequences of stuff, you know? When we learnt to ride a bike, we learnt that if you focus on what you're doing, and you're trying to ride a bike, then you're pretty much okay. You can pretty much ride a bike, even as a learner, if you focus on what you're doing. It's when you get carried away and start getting a bit cocky, when you're still a learner, that you fall off, right? Is that generally speaking with kids? They learn to ride a bike, and when they think they've got it, well, hey, I've got it, and then bang. They fall off. They learn from that. Then next time, they don't get so cocky. Because they learn when you do that, when you take your focus away from what you're doing, you fall off. So they stop doing that, they learn. Because they get ouchy. Ouchy is a consequence, isn't it, really? All these things are important for us to learn. That's the thing, isn't it, really? We have to learn. We need consequences. We need friends. We need family members, church family members, to help us to be accountable. Put it this way, in this church that I'm starting to go to, one of the most important factors there, for me, is going to be accountability. I need there to be people there that can help me to be accountable. Help me to stay on the path. To not be caught away by distractions and all that rubbish, Because that's no good in any way, shape or form, is it, really? I don't want that. But I need people's help to stay away from that, because the reality is, of course I could get caught in that. Yeah, of course I can. That's the reality of the situation. We can all get caught in that sort of thing, can't we, really? And we need not to be caught. That's the point. We need people around us to help us to stay on the path, don't we? That's the reality. Well, it's like I said earlier about staying on the path. And I'll show you a better diagram, shall I? Right, so, for example, if you're on the right path, say you're used to the path being concrete, right? You're looking down constantly like this. So if you're looking that way, you're seeing the bigger picture of the right now. But if you're looking that way, you're seeing the smallest picture you can be looking at, really. That's the smallest view you can have, that one there. If you're looking at that, you can see the concrete as you step. As you step, and you continue stepping, you can see the concrete, right? But let's say, as you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going. Now it's getting a bit dark, so you can't quite see. But the reality is, when it gets dark, when it gets problematic, God lights the way. See? Now the way is lit. But you're still looking here, so you can't see that, can you? That light is there, but you can't see it because you're looking down here. Right? Now, you're still looking for the concrete, you can feel it under your feet. The problem is, God has now changed the path. You're now supposed to be walking on grass for a few metres. The problem is you can't see it. So you're supposed to be walking on the grass, which I am now, but you're still walking on the concrete because you think this is the path. But God wants you over there. That's where God wants you to go, over there. That's the path you should be on, over there. But you're still on this path thinking this is the path you should be on because you've known it to be this all the time. You're looking for this because this is your path. This is what you know of your path. This is what you're looking for. But God has chosen a different path now for you to go in a different direction. That path is made of different material, so you don't see it. And if you see a different material, you think that can't be my path because my path has always been tarmac. That's the thing. God chooses your path. You don't choose it. And if God suddenly changes your direction, suddenly changes the path that you should be walking on, then maybe it gets easier, maybe it gets harder. See, if you're walking on concrete or you're walking on tarmac, that's much, much harder on your legs than if you're walking on grass. Grass is much softer. So maybe God wants you to have an easier walk for a while, walk on better grass. Maybe God wants you to take you up some rocky path where it's going to be a bit more tricky. Yeah, maybe you're going to nearly stumble a few times and God's going to rescue you. Maybe that's the point. But if you only see that your path is supposed to be a certain thing, you won't go on that path. You need people around you. People to say, when you're like that, people to say, head up. Now you can see the path again. But you need people with you, people around you, people to hold you to be accountable. People to care enough about you to do that. Care enough about you to say what you need to hear, rather than always say what you want to say. Say what you want to hear. All that nice stuff. And we all want to hear nice stuff, don't we, to a certain degree? Although I really don't. Not particularly. I don't mind it. It's okay. But I'm not that bothered about it, really. No, not particularly. No, not really that bothered about it, because in the end, the reality is that, I don't live off it. All that nice. Oh, you've done really well. Oh, aren't you so nice? Don't care. I know me. I know that I'm okay. I'm not that nice. And I've done okay, but I've not done that well. So, but yeah, it's nice occasionally to have people be nice to us. Yeah. So as I say, we all sort of like that sort of stuff, but we've all got to come to an understanding that, in the end, we need to be held accountable. We need people around us that are going to be saying those tough things. We need people to help us to stay on the right path. We need people that care enough about us. We need God to place those people around us. If you haven't got those people in your church, then look elsewhere. You need those sort of people. And those sort of people are incredibly important. And are going to be incredibly important to you. So make sure you have those sort of people in your life. And in the end, it's the same. Make sure you have your praise and worship. Make sure you have your Bible study, whether that's audio or whether it's a book. The Bible itself. I mean, I struggle with the Bible because of the fact that my eyes are dodgy, and I hate wearing those glasses. I really hate wearing them. They're a pain in the arse. Really, really are. They've been doing these lights for a long time. One second, I'll just pause this. Someone coming. what I said before about friends and the fact that, if you want a lot of friends, then the majority of those friends are going to be bad for you, not good. Because if you're looking at the number of friends you have, you're not really looking at the character of the friends you have. Focus on the character. Focus on who these people are and, how they're going to help you to stay on the right path. There's certainly, we all like a joke. So it's always nice to have a friend who's a bit of a joker. The problem is that joker is unlikely to want to deal with the serious stuff because that person is a joker. They don't want to deal with the serious stuff, do they? They want to joke. If you want to laugh, go onto YouTube and type in the name of a comedian you like and watch 2 of their videos. There you go, do it. Have a laugh doing that, I was watching earlier, it's Fry and Laurie. Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. There used to be a partnership years ago. Very, very clever. Very good. They weren't the best. I mean, 2 Ronnies were brilliant. It's only because Ronnie Barker was absolutely fantastic. Such a clever man. The comedy, absolutely brilliant. So, if you want to laugh, type in 2 Ronnies and watch some of their sketches. They're absolutely fantastic. You don't need a friend that's going to take you down the wrong path. It's not helpful. You don't need a friend who's not going to help you to stay on the right path. We need people around us that are going to help us to be better. We need people around us that, if anything, are better than we are. If at all possible, if you can get people like that in your life, that is absolutely fantastic. You can get people that are better than you in your life, that's going to help you to grow. That's going to help you to, lift you up to greater heights in your relationship with God, your understanding of Christianity, and it's going to be fantastic for you. Do that. I'm not walking around the whole thing, as you notice. I'm just walking. Just walking back and walking this way, walking that way, walking this way, walking that way. There's no particular, walky thing. Put it this way, anyone who's got a really good friend who's helping them to stay on the path or challenging them to be better, you ask that person how much that friend is worth. They wouldn't exchange any amount of money for that friend. No way, shape or form. Nope, that friend is worth the world to them. Really. So in church, that's what we need. We need people that they don't have to be better than us in every way. They can be more loving than us. They can be more compassionate than us. They can be more merciful, more graceful. Whatever they got that's better than you, take it, learn from it, grow, and develop. And help them in ways that you can help them. That's what church should be. That we help each other to grow. We help each other to be accountable. We challenge each other. We're there for each other. If somebody needs help, we're there. That's the point of family church, really. It's about realising that we're all sons and daughters of God, and therefore we're all family. If we're all family, there's no church that really shouldn't be a family church, really. And the whole point of family is you should be together, you should be working together, you should be helping each other. If somebody needs something and you can meet that need, you meet the need. You don't ask for it. You don't ask payment for it. You just do it. Right? That's the thing, certainly if you can, you do it. You say, I can meet that need, so I'm going to meet it. And why? Because you're my brother, because you're my sister. So I'm going to help you because I can. Simple as that. Don't go to all this mushy stuff. Oh, because I love you. No. No. You could say it's because of Christian love, but no, don't go there. Because generally speaking, certainly in the early days of a church, before we really get to know people, and we've actually spent years with that person, developing a relationship, we don't love them, do we? Not really. You need to spend years developing a relationship with someone to love them. It's not something you can get overnight. No. That's not with regards to, you know, husband or wife. That sort of situation, love can develop very quickly. When you see that thing in somebody, then yeah, that can be bang. But generally speaking, friendships, no, they take a bit longer. You know, to be, you know, properly where you love that person, that can take time. So let's just say, no, because I can. Because you are my brother, you are my sister. You know? Yeah. Let the love thing happen when it happens. Yeah. If you like them, that's Christian. Yeah, that's better than a lot of families have. So, okay. Go with that. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the point. When you get to know people, you'll find things that you like about them. Initially, you'll find basically not much that you like about them because you don't know them yet. Right? Like in this church, do I know anyone? Well, the lady from LL, I've seen her a couple of times in church, I've seen her a couple of times in LL. So, you know, she seems like a lovely lady. She does, she seems to have got a nice heart, she's got a lovely nature about her. So I like that. But the rest of the people, I've not really seen that much of them. You know, I've not really got to know them, they've not got to know me, so therefore, yeah. Can we say that there's even a like there, really? Not particularly, not yet. Not yet, no. No, not really. This part of the car is not even a light at all. That's been so badly put together, or put back together. Because this bit here, this was a bit that had to be replaced with this car here. That back section. And it wasn't even put on properly at all. But I think that's because of the fact I think there's a bit of metal in here that was bent when there was a collision or something and it couldn't be put back properly. The front's a bit the same, so at some point it's had an accident in the front as well. Poor car, eh? Poor little car. It's gone through the wars a bit, hasn't it? Oh, there you go. Ah, dear me. Hi. Well, so tomorrow I'm at that place again. Pretty much all day, that'd be interesting. Now, I think I'm supposed to take the Mercedes there, but I will ask again in the morning and seek God, yeah, right at that point in time. I'll probably have to leave at about 9 o'clock, I imagine. But I've been getting up at the stupid o'clock, so that's fine. So there you go. Right, you take care, God bless. I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.